Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we are trying to do today is we are playing our Boros midrange, red-white midrange, Dragons and Angels deck. And I mean, I guess if you can count Rekindling Phoenix kind of as an angel, it's an Angels deck with Lyra, Aurelia. But this deck has been awesome for me on the ranked session, and so I've just been grinding it out like crazy, and been really enjoying it. I've tweaked it a little bit here and there. I think since the last time I put it up onto YouTube, and so I wanted to show it off again and kind of just do a grind session because I wanted to get up there while I can, while I have an awesome deck that's doing really well for me before standard changes and I have to go find some new stuff. But this has been awesome. So here, real quick, this is the deck. So first off, we have Runaway Steamkin for creatures. We have Runaway Steamkin on the early plan to kind of ramp us up. Goblin Chain Whirler. And that's pretty much it for creatures on 2 drops to 3 drops. We do have the one Dragon Egg, and I've been wondering if I want to add another one because honestly, Dragon Egg has been amazing in this deck. It's kind of surprising. Like a lot of people don't want to use board wipes when they know that on the next turn, if you have a lot of mana, because this deck does kind of ramp up with its mana a little bit. I did have 25 lands initially. I went down to 24 because we could, and I wanted to still fit in a few more removal spells early game. But especially because mono white weenie was such a big thing there. Hey Crenshaw, welcome. How are you? Hey, so with this anyway, so we have Goblin Chain Whirler, Dragon Egg. I'll get a little more into that in the gameplay. Rekindling Phoenix, of course. I mean, then we just kind of get to our big awesome stuff. So yeah, Rekindling Phoenix, Varix Blade Wing, Aurelia, Demanding Dragon. Which Demanding Dragon, not a lot of people play it, but I still love this card. It is amazing. It is definitely worth the 5 mana. It's such an awesome card. Lyra Dawnbringer, of course, is amazing as well. And then on the top end, Lathliss Dragon Queen. I almost want to bring in a 2 of this one, but we just don't have enough dragons to really make it worthwhile. It's a wonderful 6/6 flyer. It also works with Dragon Egg, and we have the 1 Stark and Fireblood to kind of ramp up into our dragons here. And this is where I'm wondering if I want to take out a little bit of removal for some more dragons, like bring in 1 more Demanding Dragon, which is probably what I would do. But right now it's been working for me. Just in best of ones, this has been a really solid deck for me over and over again. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the gameplay here. I mean, real quick before we do that, actually, the spells that we have in here, mostly it's just a ton of removal in 1, 2, and 3 drop slots. If you wanted to build a sideboard for this, I would include a couple more Lightning Strikes, 2 more Banefire, maybe a 3. I would actually bring in 1 more Dragon Egg in case of like the people are born wiping a lot in the early game. It's honestly a very useful card. Same with Rekindling Phoenix. Like it just having that something that comes back after a board wipe stops a lot of people in their tracks, and so it's been really awesome. But otherwise, Spit Flame is awesome as well here. Fight with Fire to kind of close out the game, and this is kind of where I feel like we have a few too many 1-ofs. I feel like Fight with Fire, I've never actually used its full ability. The only games we ever would use it is against Control, and they typically have a counterspell by that time. Like if you get up to that point of the game, a lot of times you've lost already. But it is a way to finish out the game. So we do have the 1 of there. It also gets rid of Lyra, a couple other things. So I mean, it's a good card. You definitely want 1 of. But it's kind of one of those like our sideboard can kind of fit in a few more of these cards. It's really good for this here. So let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. And yeah, here, wish me luck. Before we jump into the gameplay, a quick thanks to Fusion Gaming for sponsoring this video. Be sure to head over to FusionGamingOnline.com for all your Magic the Gathering needs. Check the link in the description below. All right, we're gonna keep this going. So yeah, let me pull up that card here real quick that you were talking about, because this one does look pretty awesome. Yeah, Prime Speaker Vanifar. I'm keeping this just on the strength of Fiery Cannonade. I forgot up against Control. This probably not that great of a hand, but I want to make sure we can get up to our 4 mana. That's really what we need with this deck. So Control. Here's the thing. I always say I hate playing against Control. Sly is fine. All right, and but I always played aggro while the friend that taught me how to play Magic always played Control, and so I'm not as big of a fan because like I just always ran up against it. So I played against control like all the time. That's actually part of the reason I play arena now, is that I finally get a chance to do something different. Clifftop retreat. So this deck actually is really good against me. I have lost, I think, every time against the Molder Hulk deck. So we're going to see how this goes. Part of it is because I actually, a lot of my stuff, like Chain Whirlers, just kills all their guys, and it fills up their stuff. Sometimes it's worth getting more things into their graveyard. I don't know. All right, anyway, so Prime Speaker Vanifar. I'm not gonna Fiery Cannonade here. It is a possible way to like make sure that they don't draw into good stuff, but such a small chance of that. Now we get to wipe a lot of their board and fill it with more creatures. It's like a guaranteed Molder Hulk next turn if they've drawn it. Anyway, so this sacrifice another creature, yeah, you trade basically for, if it's converted mana cost 2, you get a converted mana cost 3. But you have to tap it for it to happen. Only activate as a sorcery. But if you find a way to untap this guy, you can keep going, which is really fun. Well, let's just go with Rekindling Phoenix. All right, let's see. They don't have enough for Molder Hulk yet. They do have the Necrotic Wound, though. Of course they do. Yeah, Boros is good all through. I love this Boros deck. I think that now that I'm up into gold and like there's more fine-tuned decks, that's where I'm starting to run into issues. Well, let's Shivan Fire here first. And then, yep, resolve. Gets a draw. We're trying to avoid him having Molder Hulk. I am going to play the Chain Whirler though, because we have to do something. I can like fight with fire after him blocking. Ooh, good. Carnage Tyrant and Molder Hulk. Now we hope that he doesn't have any ways to get him back. The Glow Spore at least gets them Memorial to Folly. Back on top of the graveyard. I don't think there's any way I can make him shuffle. Yeah, that's true. Golgari is pretty cheap to make decent. Like you can get it decent pretty quickly. Aggro is really strong in Best of One. I agree. At the same time, like one of the best cards I think in Best of One right now is. Let's see here. Let's just Fiery Cannonade so I can get some damage in. I guess he might have Moment of Craving, or I don't know. Anyway, I need to start actually playing my stuff as well. All right, Midnight Reaper, trying to draw into Molder Hulks and stuff. This gets them a chance to bring it back is the issue. Fight with Fire. I think I go swinging in. I'm totally fine if he trades, or doesn't trade. He just gets to draw a card, take some damage. We might be on the Fight with Fire plan this game. Try to get in some points of damage with this Goblin Chain Whirler, and then... Did I not play land? I thought I did. And then we are 2 lands away from Fight with Fire. Oh my gosh, that is a big zoning. Alright, so another Goblin Chain Whirler. That's on the agenda. Well... Rekindling Phoenix. Oh, man. He gains a life with these as well and draws. Well, pass the turn. Maybe I should have swung in to see if he would at least trade off some of those. Because he basically has lethal here. Almost. We have like a turn to find a play. Alright, there's Molder Hulk. Yep. It's a big guy. So if we find land, we can at least kill that and some other stuff. Man, that's just so good, Memorial to Folly with Molder Hulk. Keeps 1 back as a blocker. That makes sense, I guess. So, ooh, actually, does land give us victory? So... Rekindling Phoenix in. Let me make sure I actually count this right first. Oh my gosh, we're gonna win with Fight with Fire. All right, so kick a Fight with Fire. They didn't. They tapped down all their mana. Use the right side kicker because I always do that wrong. All right, submit, and yep, submit. 10 damage. Yes. Oh, there's no way we should have pulled that off, but we did. Yes. All right, let's get up to platinum. That's the goal here. We're gonna try to make this happen. I keep having games like that where we just draw exactly what we need when we need it. Yeah, Birthing Pod. Yeah, it's exactly like Birthing Pod. This card here, Prime Speaker Vanifar. I believe, or yes. I didn't actually play a lot of. I've not played a lot of modern. I'm actually still fairly new to the game too, so I don't know a lot of the older cards, but I've seen a few here and there like those. I've played a lot of Commander. Unmoored Ego card in Dimir. Yeah, Unmoored Ego is awesome. It's still really good. Yeah, RNGesus be with us. Yep. Yeah, Vivian is still going to be good. There's a lot of flyers that are still very useful. I think they get rid of probably just the Dragon Egg here. We really don't have that amazing of a hand. But that is the one thing we can play without killing our own Steamkin. And honestly, I keep saying it, Dragon Egg is actually pretty good against a lot of the control matchups. Because it's a great way, like a lot of times they spend turn 5, like you get about, like 7-8 points of damage in on before turn 5, and then they Cleansing Nova, and then you have a a Dragon Egg down, and yeah, past my turn. Right, we need something good, not more lands. That's not good. We might lose this one just because of poor drawing here. Pass the turn. But then you have the Dragon's Egg, which comes back, and all of a sudden, if you have enough red mana, you just win the game next turn. Because you can swing in on turn 6 for 8 damage with that one creature. So pretty fun stuff you can do there. We're going to get down, we're going to at least cast this so that this grows. Guaranteed it's getting countered here, though. Just too many cards in their hand. Getting rid of Cleansing Novas and stuff, they've got to have counters. Or they have another Cleansing Nova for the next turn. Or Verus's Contempt, gaining back some life. That's cool. You like him because he's playing Esper Control? No, it's a shame, my friend. It's a shame. No, I think that Control is fun in the... It's a good thing that we have it in the format, but it's one of those, like, so this is my probably the biggest downside. I feel like there's other ways that you can have that they can make Magic fun. I don't know. Here, this is my biggest thing, is that my 2-mana card is always good against no matter what card you're gonna play in the future, like Esper or Essence Scatter. Like, I just don't like cards like that. I think that's my biggest thing with controls. I don't like that a 2-mana card can destroy every card that I ever play. All right, well, we have drawn every card that's useless against control. We're gonna try to swing in it to Fairy, I suppose.
Time for plan B.
Yeah, this is a pretty bad what we're drawing into here for this. Yeah, we're just going to skip this one up. I don't see any real way of coming back from that point. Yeah. Yep. All right. Yeah, I mean, just with that many removal spells, it's great against most of what you're running into with ranked. I think that's the biggest issue with Best of One, is that I think Control has a little bit of a is a little bit stronger. It's not, maybe not against like Mono White. That's why Mono White does so well, is just because it's so explosive. And you have to either draw into Deafening Clarion or something, otherwise you're dead as a Control player. But we're going to keep this. A lot of good stuff on turn 3 if we can draw a land. But yeah, I don't know. So that's my thoughts. I think that it's control is really good in best of one, up against pretty much everything except mono white, in my opinion. All right, we're gonna get down Sarkins. I'm going to go ahead and try drawing for land here and discard the Shivan Fire. Shivan Fire is okay, but with Fiery Cannonade, I'm not as worried about it right now. Yeah, Boros is a little slow. Yeah, that's kind of how this one feels. I feel like it has answers to a lot of things, though. That is an annoying card. We're just going to Rekindling Phoenix. Goblin Chainwhirler is kind of turned off now, so we might end up Banefiring that just to, well, we'll see what they have. Let's see, is there anything we want to discard?
Yes.
We really need, I guess we don't really need land at the moment, so we're just going to decline. Our hand's not bad. If we have some good, like, if we draw something good like land next turn, then I want the Steamkin into Chainwhirler, even if it doesn't get the trigger. And so, especially because I think we're playing up against, yeah, some big stuff here. Well, not enough mana just yet to make that worthwhile. Alright, so Runaway Steamkin. We're going to go to combat, swing in, and see if she blocks. If she does, then we Lightning Strike. If not, we just Lightning Strike the Honor Guard. Alright, so 4 damage. I guess this means that she can swing at the Sarkin, but whatever. Alright, Lightning Strike. I guess I could have protected and tried to go for the ultimate with Sarkin here, but do we discard Banefire? Man, this is the hardest part with this deck. Like, that's why I'm not sure I like Sarkin in here, because I feel like it's actually, like, every time I have a handful of things I actually like. There's a Seal Away. That's bad. Now we need to find a way to actually deal with this Aurelia. Swings at Sarkins. One nice thing is... So we could swing at Aurelia. We do 2 damage and then Banefire. Oh, let's see here. If we play Chainwhirler, then we can swing in almost as well again. Man, we need mana. We really need mana for like all of our plays that we want to do. So do I discard the Fiery Cannonade to try to find mana? Because then we could Goblin Chainwhirler and Banefire, or like swing in and then... The biggest thing is... So I actually, if I swing in right now with Fiery Cannonade, I kill my Steamkin, but I also kill Aurelia. So let's just go ahead and we're going to decline. Go to combat, swing in. If she blocks, then we Fiery Cannonade. If not, we lose on a point of damage, but we get to play a Rekindling Phoenix, which isn't bad. And still is a blocker for Aurelia. She still gets 1 point of damage in towards Sarkin's Fireblood. I don't know. You guys suck at draft or whatever. Yeah, I feel like I do okay at draft and limited. I feel like I'm actually a lot better at those than other ones. At the same time, like once you get up to like being really good level, I'm not as good. I play too fun. to be very good. I feel like that's probably my biggest issue. I try to have more fun than I should. Naya mid-range or Naya good stuff is what this is looking like, and it's not too shabby at all. Treasure map puts it on top. Yeah, 5 wins before you break even. Yeah, it takes a lot. Like you kind of have to. I think that there's something to be said about trying to go for it with ranked, right? So they are going to swing in because they at least get 1 point of damage onto Sarkin.
A little pain won't stop me.
All right, bring back Rekindling Phoenix. Fiery Cannonade is going to be better on their turn, I guess. We don't have enough to kick the Blade Wing. My goodness. We need land so bad. Alright, well, I'm just going to pass the turn here. I mean, I guess we could keep going aggressive. It's actually not bad if we just keep going aggressive, swing in. If they block with Aurelia, then we Fiery Cannonade. And I mean, they're down to 12, we're up to 20. Like this isn't terrible as far as just trying to win the game. All right, so they double block. Do they block with Aurelia? Yeah, put her first, whatever. Fiery Cannonade. So it goes up to 4. I mean, we basically lost our Sarkin. So what's the best thing that we can do with our Sarkin now? Actually, I guess now we have Varric's Blade Wing. So 4. I can also Banefire here. Yeah, we'll just Banefire. Or should I save it and use it for to burn them? That might be better. This keeps our Sarkin alive. It keeps like more card advantage altogether. Oops. Cancel. X3, my bad. It does kill the Steamkin, but we get rid of Aurelia. They do have some card draw and another Knight on the way. But overall, I like where our board is with everything we've got. So now, tick up. Not discarding anything here. Decline. Land gives us double Varric's Blade Wing. I'm not sure if that's quite the right way to go. We might have had lethal the next turn if I'd kept my board. Because I could have actually killed this guy. I don't know. That's an interesting. Interesting. So I actually like sealed in this format right now. I think sealed is better than most everything else. All right, so there we go. So double Varric's Blade Wing I think is pretty good. So
I will call the dragons.
kicker. And he just has a blocker, so no attacks for now. Stay defensive with Sarkin. And there we go. Opponent scoops it up. Alrighty. So the thing I like about sealed I think is the best way to kind of get multiple, like you for sure get those 6 packs. You get to play something and you get rewards from it. Hey, thanks Jane Marie. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I like sealed as far as probably like if you have the gems, I think it's one of the best ways to get more stuff. I guess it's a pretty expensive way to pay for the six packs though. Chain Whirler turn 3, a lot of removal. We're gonna keep it. Enters tapped. Here we go. Shimeshka, bring it on. Hunted Witness. All right, I love seeing this deck when I have a Train Whirler in hand. Pass the turn. That's the issue. Well, yeah. I got into paper magic a long time ago, and so I'm kind of got used to spending for cards. If they don't play anything, then we might. All right, there's Legion's Landing. Resolve. Play anything else. Sky Marcher. Perfect. Oh, man. Oh, and a Fiery Cannonade. Love this. All right. Chain Whirler, you dead. Into a Fiery Cannonade, too. Like, this is just like... This is the perfect hand against this deck. Bring on a Benelish Marshal. Do it. Or a Dento Vanguard. Perfect. Do we want to wait until they have a bigger board here? Yeah, Afterlife. Yeah, it's going to be really good against Afterlife. At the same time, it's probably what's going to make them come to life. You know, like if they give out, there are some things that's good there too. So we're going to wait till Fiery Cannonade on their turn. So I'm going to actually Sacred Foundry this turn. Yeah, there's some reason to say play the Plains, but I'm going to go ahead and swing in now. Pride of the Conquerors gets them out of... I guess not really. The issue is if they play a Venerated Loxodon. Well, I guess that's if they had Benelish Marshal into Venerated Loxodon, so I guess we're okay here. So, swings in. Do we want to take the damage first? We have enough removal otherwise, so I'm actually okay with this. So we're going to Fiery Cannonade, make him pay the 4. They don't gain life. They might overcommit next, and our hand is basically removal, so we're going to spend it and make sure that they don't really have anything. Down to 16. Conclave Tribunal, that's worse. Ooh, Lady Lathless. Alright, we'll pass the turn. Save this for a Benelish Marshal, but we're going to probably just hit the Vanguard a couple times. We can actually get him down to 4 here, if he wants to. Is that worth trying? I think I'm going to try it here. You got the league I want to and told myself that I did. Oh, so they do actually let it through that time. I guess once you get below 10 is when it's an issue, so yeah. Alright, that resolves. I'm okay with just the Sky Marcher at the moment. If they play something else, say Venerated Loxodon. Now we Justice Strike the Loxodon. They have a 3-2. They didn't hit City's Blessing, which is good. Ooh, and now we have Lady Lathless. Yes. Yeah. Yep. So I think they are trying to create... How much damage do we have? So we pay 2, so we can swing in for 8. And then... So we almost have lethal. Alright, swing in. Do we try to go for as much damage as we can here, or do we hold up Lightning Strike? Well, I guess we can still hold up Lightning Strike, so use it once. There's no real reason not to. Use it twice. And if we do this damage, then we have the Lightning Strike for lethal, even if they have a Conclave Tribunal or anything. There's not really a way that they can gain life, so let's go ahead and just use it here. Yeah, I think that's going to be best. This pretty much guarantees victory for us next turn. If you get minute screwed, you can yell at the game. Yeah. All right, opponent does scoop it up. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. All right, now this deck is starting to look pretty good. Boros Midrange again. Here we go. GG. You prefer online card games rather than in person? Yeah, I do miss the feel face to face. That is one thing. Like you said, the facial reactions. I feel like I've always been decent at reading people and also like being able to trick them. I'm more of a political player, like in Commander. Like that's my favorite way to play, and so I do miss that aspect here and there. At the same time, I've played it with my group of friends enough now. All right, give us land. I played it with my group of friends enough now that they just don't play politically with me. Like they're just like, don't listen to Jeff. Oh no, not like this. Oh, if it's against Drakes, like we have like one of the best matchups against Drakes. And if we miss this, so frustrating. Ugh. All right. Pass the turn. We have to discard. I'll discard Shivan Fire. I mean, it's something we can play, I guess, but we have Lava Coil and Justice Strike. Both kill them. We have to get up to 5 mana for that to be useful anyway. So, here we go. You played Yu-Gi-Oh? Yu-Gi-Oh is fun. Oh my goodness. Come on now. Come on now. All right, so Demanding Dragon, if we run into Sarkins, this is Jeskai control. I was hoping it was Drake's. I've seen some Grixis Drakes playing this. Man. So I played Yu-Gi-Oh! One time. I had a brother that was way into it, but I never got into it personally. I guess Chain Whirler really isn't all that great here. It is the next thing we can play, though. Fight with Fire. I hate getting rid of all of our big stuff. I don't know if that's the right way to go, though. A book called Next Level Magic, and it has a lot of chapters about the mental aspect of magic. Pretty good read if you're on the pooper or something. Dude, that's like the best place to read. That's where like all good thoughts come from, basically. All right. Well, I think, is it safe to concede at this point, guys? Like, I could play this one out, but they're so far ahead at this point. And so, yeah, I think I just concede. Unfortunate. All right. Dude, yeah, I play the Switch on the toilet all the time too. I've always been a Nintendo fan. I don't really like the other consoles as much. Like, I like to play Halo and stuff like that. I'll play, but I've always been a big fan of Smash. Like, Smash was my game. Love Smash. Zelda. Those are so good. This is good. We'll keep this. Give us more mono white. That's what we want. Or I guess it's like Boros Weenies, I guess, is the... I don't know what the name of that is. Have you got the new Smash game, Kojo? Kojo YOLO? You have a cool name, by the way. I didn't actually say it before. Alright, Mr. Steamkin. Coming down. Yeah, indie games are good. Indie games are a lot cheaper. I personally only go for like the big games, and like I get like a couple here and there. I can't afford to do much else for the moment because with a newborn, so my biggest thing is I don't have enough time. So that I have to do a lot of time management right now. So I only get like the big ones that I like absolutely have to have, and everything else I kind of just don't use. So I actually like seeing 2 lava coils go before we play this Rekindling Phoenix. That is not bad. Let's hope they don't have a 3rd one in hand. That would be pretty ridiculous. Radical idea. Alright, plains. Well, we have all of our land sources here in place. So let's go ahead and try Runaway Steamkin, see if it gets countered. Does not. I wanted to get some value if I decide to Lightning Strike here. Do down to 10. We get some more stuff. We're just going to pass the turn. Now I think we do it just because this could be countered later on. The issue with getting their life down early, though, is that then they play more like their life matters, or like it matters. And so sometimes people are like, oh, it's just this much. There's no way they can do that much damage. And then you do that much damage, and it's pretty broken. Ooh, Sarkin Fireblood. All right, I'm guessing he's playing that just so that we start going after him instead. And we're not going to do that. Do they find another land? Oh, man. Justice Strike. So, swing in for 6. Down to 4. Pass the turn. We can Fiery Cannonade. We can actually play both of these to make sure that Runaway Steamkin gets big enough. So, like, if they find a way to get rid of Rekindling Phoenix, I can at least ramp him up real quick while I have a target for the Justice Strike. I'm not sure that's worthwhile, though. Ooh, Niv Mizzle. Well, that's bad. Alright, Lava Coil, we will Justice Strike in response. And do we Fiery Cannonade for victory here? Let's not give him another draw just yet. Did he already play a land? No, he didn't. So he does have another land. So pings us, which is great. And I guess actually, so there's the Lava Quill comes down. Okay. Okay, doesn't have land, so now we Fiery Cannonade and swing in for 4. And there we go. All right, perfect. Whoo! I was worried that he would play like a mountain into shock or something, so I had to make sure I waited until he got to his end step there, just in case. So yeah, I really like Runaway Steamkins. I feel like they're just such a versatile card. Like there's so many fun things you can do with it. Yeah, so that was just in case there. That could have turned out poorly. But here we are against Archmage. And, yeah. Man, we keep so many 2-land hands. We are on the draw, so a better chance of finding it. I feel like every time that we've lost, like, well, we've lost some games, but a lot of our bad ones have been because of just not drawing into lands. Which, I mean, it happens. It could happen. Yeah, Steamkin is a cute little guy that brought me a lot of rage on ladder. Yeah, yeah. The other thing I like about this deck is that it's not just straight mono red. Like, I understand mono red's really good, and I'm playing a lot of like red creatures, but it doesn't feel like mono red aggro, you know. And so I do like that. I'm always so greedy. I think I'm actually going to Shivan Fire and try to swing in for damage, and that way I can Lava Quill next turn, or like have him as a blocker after I Chain Whirler. It's a little greedy. He might just have like a bunch of History Benalias in hand. Swing in, pass the turn. Whenever I see white, I want to get as much value out of Goblin Chain Whirler as I can. Call to Arms. Yeah, Call to Arms is broken. A lot of people don't play it, but someone finally played against me the other day, and I was like, oh, my day just got ruined. Alrighty then. Ooh, Justice Strike and Lava Quill. Alright, well, we're just going to keep growing our Steamkin, I guess. And then play Chain Whirler, so yeah. Not bad. I guess I should have Lava Quilled that one. Oh well. Just in case they had some way to get it back. But all right, so swinging for 4, bring out Chain Whirler. And then Rekindling Phoenix next turn, swinging for 6. Yeah, we're looking good. I'm worried that they might be playing Silhouette or Settle the Wreckage and stuff like that, though. Have to be careful. Or Deafening Clarion. Ooh, Lady Lathliss. Let's make that happen. I'm liking this at the moment. Looking pretty good. In your Boros deck, I have a card that gives you your creature is indestructible, and then get another turn 99% of the time. It's unplayable. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, now we really need our Lady Lathliss to come out. Yeah, Called Arms... Yeah, it is one of those where it's like, if you get it, make it happen, it's really satisfying. Very true. Well, Aurelia, not a bad draw there. Let's just keep swinging in for the moment. Does block them. If they go attacking, of course, we don't block because we need to keep our Aurelia. So I've been debating on playing like a Naya deck, like a Boros with Shalai. You know, that's actually one card. We don't have Shalai in here. Shalai would be pretty good. Yeah, no blocks. That's way too suspicious. Which might be why they're attacking. Because they know it's suspicious. But, alright, we're going to go to combat. They could have had, like, Pride of Conquerors. I don't know what this deck is. It's just another Boros midrange. But I'm going to kill... Do we save Banefire to go face? I guess we save it to go face. Just in case. Shalai comes with some starter decks. Yeah, Shalai is good. I think 1 comes with the starter decks. Yep, no blocks. Not again. Down to 18. So if we get another swing in, we actually have lethal. So we'll see if they have Settle the Wreckage. Oh wait, we actually can't target them yet. Well, we swing in and then we Justice Strike. Oh no, Justice Strike doesn't do it either. So we have to Banefire their face. Or Banefire Shalai. I almost forgot that I can't target her. Well, in that case, we just hit Shalai here. See if they have Pride of Conquerors or something like that, but we are winning this race, so I'm fine if she keeps racing. I mean, I guess it makes sense for them to keep getting in while they can. Yeah, I don't know. Alrighty. Let me see if there's any more spoilers that just came out, because I feel like this is the time for that to happen. Well, we can take care of that with the Justice Strike, but they do gain the 5 life still. Spit Flame doesn't kill it, so yeah, just Justice Strike. No new spoilers yet. Heroic Reinforcements. Yeah, that's a really good card in Boros. I was debating on having it in here. You know, one card I actually should put in here is Chance for Glory. Well, maybe. Chance for Glory is pretty good because, well, it's just good. I mean, take an extra turn. All your creatures can become indestructible. I like it because it's a good response to board wipes or anything like that. But there's enough stuff right now that they can handle it. I don't know. All right, pass to my turn. Give us land. All right, there we go. Clifftop Retreat. Swing in. I'm hoping that they settle the wreckage now so that I can bring out Lady Lathliss without worry. We do have a couple. Did we spend our lightning strike? Okay, so we have 2 lightning strikes in here, and we have chain whirlers we can chain together. Yeah, Chance for Glory is fun. I built a deck all around Chance for Glory, and that's actually I think where this deck came from. Was I built like a version. Ooh, they had the Justice Strike. Well, we'll see if they've been holding on to a Settle the Wreckage. That's probably one card I could put into this deck. Alright, so do they have it? Settle the Wreckage. Doesn't look like it. Alright, there's game. Whew. Alright, we are getting closer to that platinum, guys. We're going to make it happen. I normally stop right around this point, but we got to get that one last win. One last win. One last win. One last win. Here we go. Steve. Not 007, but 074. Well, we keep getting this type of hand, and on the draw, it's been working okay for us. It's pretty expensive for a 2-mana hand. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, yes. Alright, well, alright, there we go. Land is great. Land is fantastic. I actually do pretty well against mono red, unless they have like the nut draw. Like they just have like everything good into Experimental Frenzy. At that point, it's not as good. And I've been doing this same thing each time I've run in. Oh man, I've run up against this. Is I will Justice Strike the Steamkin right away because honestly I don't want it to go off. At the same time, Lava Runner can be pretty broken. We'll see. All right, with land, we're just gonna Chain Whirler. I probably should have saved it to see if I can get some Viashino Pyromancers or whatever. Honestly, one of the things I've been finding with mono red is you want to keep Wizards off the board. The yeah, Wizards Lightnings are so broken. But at the same time, too, I want Burn to go at my creatures rather than their... I am actually going to take action here. I don't want them to have more than 2 cards in hand. I can create some big enough stuff. All right, so this time we are just going to Steamkin into Lava Coil here. Or actually, Lava Coil can hit the Rectangular Phoenix, and they do play, I think, 1 or 2 of that typically. So we'll Justice Strike. Pass the turn. Again, I want removal to go at my small creatures, and then not at my face, and then, double risk factor. We're gonna take it one last time. From here on out, we give it to him. All right. Well, Rekindling Phoenix. If I can't keep the Varix Bladewing for the Lathless, then we'll try that. They have like double risk factor next turn though. We have to let them draw. And the chance that they draw into enough burn is so good. Yeah. Give them cards now. I probably could have gone one more time, but it's so risky. It's a risk factor that I'm not willing to give up. My wife just texted me, letting me know that my baby was fine. All right, well, we are going to go for as much damage as we can. So this turns it into a 2-turn clock. So they have to burn us out next turn, otherwise we win. Or burn or find removal for all of our guys. They could Lightning Strike here, which or here. And this gives us Lathless next turn if we needed to. All right, swing in for 8. Now they are lightning striking the Rekindling Phoenix. Again, burn that's not at our face. We are all fine, totally fine with that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, don't go under 5. Even going under 10 with the risk factor is pretty risky, but we're gonna make it work. Yeah, pass the turn. All right, so what do they got now? So Goblin Chain Whirler kills the this guy. Our Lava Coil. Do they have removal for this? Okay, risk factor. Yep, decline. Give them the cards. Fine. Well, we Lava Coil. Swing in. Down to 4. And then we Lathless. As long as we're above 6, I'm not too worried about them. I mean, they just have so much mana, though. They can shock, strike, strike. They can't, like, double Wizard's Lightning, though, into a shock. I guess now they can. But double Pyromancers. If it's a risk factor, we have them because of the Lightning Strike. I actually found that that's one of the best ways to play against the Rakdos burn deck is with Sword Point and Risk Factor from just the very beginning. You give them all the cards because they end up spending so many turns doing that. Ooh, they got rid of Experimental Frenzy. They end up spending so many turns and so much mana doing that you can build up a big enough board that then they have to answer you. Or like they do find enough cards that it can be pretty bad, but I found that works pretty well with Rakdos burn. Mono red, you can't quite do that with risk factor. Yeah, down to the wire, yeah. And we're looking basically mono red as well. Did we even play anything white? I guess we had Justice Strikes. Good game. Is he saying he has a way? All right, okay. I never know if they're like, we have a way to kill you now, or... All right, we got it there. We did it. We did it. Platinum tier 4. I made it to platinum. Man, that was such a grind. I might need to find a different deck to keep going with this. Whew. Alrighty. We did it.